Salam. Bonjour tout le monde. First of all, I want to thank you all for being here today. In particular, I want to thank the members of the press who have made themselves available on a weekend. I have a brief statement after which I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. All the journalists in the room should have been given a media package, and if you don't have one, please let a member of my team know, and one will be given to you promptly. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, I have the honor of being here today with my family, with my friends, with members of my campaign team, to formally announce my intention to seek the nomination of the Liberal Party of Canada in the riding of Richmond Hill for the 2015 federal election. In the coming weeks and months, I look forward to meeting with as many residents of Richmond Hill as possible, hearing their views and concerns, and sharing with them my story and my vision for how this dynamic and growing riding and how this country can be prosperous, inclusive, and compassionate. I know that in deciding whether or not to support me, the people of Richmond Hill will naturally want to know what I stand for. But to know the answer to that question, you must first know who I am. So please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Kaveh, and I am, among other things, a first-generation immigrant to Canada. My family left Iran when I was 10 years old, escaping repression and finding freedom here. My parents are the true heroes of my life story. Like many of you in the room, and many immigrants before them, they made immense professional and financial sacrifices and left the life and the people that they knew to create better lives for my sister and me. But despite the challenges that we all faced in this new country, and the challenges were many, I always understood Canada's promise to me and to its other citizens. And that simple and powerful promise was this: that as long as you work hard, that as long as you play by the rules, Canada would provide you with the opportunity to succeed. And the opportunities that this country provided to me were immense. A life of safety and security, programs and social services that were accessible to me and that allowed me to integrate, and perhaps most importantly, unparalleled public education at the primary and secondary levels, and world-class education at the University of Toronto. It's these opportunities that allowed me then to thrive academically, to go to Harvard Law School, to become a lawyer, to do well financially, all while trying to do good for my community. The promise of this country was also evident to me in times of difficulty. When my mother fell ill several years ago with a disease that tragically would take her from us, Canada's healthcare system was there to provide her with care. Medical care, which just a few miles from here, south of the border, would likely have bankrupted my family. Here again was an illustration of Canada's promise, that in this country, we take care of each other, regardless of where our fellow citizens are from or what's in their bank accounts. Friends, my life and any successes that I've had in it has been, in part, shaped by my own determination and my own hard work, and by the love and support that I've had from my family and from my community. But it's also been shaped, in large part, by smart, compassionate policies put in place by Canada's policymakers over many, many generations. Policies that recognize that in this country, it shouldn't matter where you come from. It shouldn't matter whether or not you have intergenerational wealth. It shouldn't matter whether or not you have family connections. The only thing that should matter is your willingness to work hard, your willingness to give back to your community, and your willingness to help others. These policymakers, in their wisdom, also recognize something else: that a successful society isn't one where we prosper at each other's expense. Rather, it's one where we thrive by working together, by taking care of each other, by ensuring that even the least among our brothers and sisters has the opportunity to flourish. I don't want to imply that Canada is perfect or that we get it right all the time. But these values make Canada great. And these are the values that have informed me in my life's work. They're the values that have pushed me to advocate for others in my professional life. They're the values that compelled me several years ago to leave a lucrative legal career in New York, to move to Ottawa, to proudly serve our country as a senior human rights policy advisor in the Department of Foreign Affairs, allowing me to speak forcefully on human rights at the United Nations on behalf of all Canadians. They're the values that have compelled me since my return to the GTA to continue to fight for the rights of my community members and to speak out for victims of gross human rights violations across the world. And they're the values that compel me today to run in this election. I feel compelled to run because in talking to people that I meet from Richmond Hill, I've repeatedly heard the desire to have a strong voice in Ottawa, who tirelessly advocates on their behalf. I feel compelled to run because I fear that under the Harper government, Canada's traditional commitment to opportunity has weakened, both at home and abroad. Regrettably, it seems that we've drifted off course. Thanks to the Conservatives, our middle class is shrinking, our national priorities are driven more by ideology than by evidence, and we've lost our place on the international stage. 10 months ago, my wife Mara and I were blessed with the birth of our daughter Leila. She screams, as she's doing now. She giggles, she keeps us up at night. She is the light of my life. And I feel compelled to run because I want her to have the same opportunities to succeed. I want her to have the same opportunities to succeed that I have. And I want children like her, the Chinese-Canadian child born here in Richmond Hill, the Indo-Canadian child in Surrey, British Columbia, the First Nations child in Winnipeg. I want them all to have the same chances at success that I had when I arrived in this country. For these reasons, ladies and gentlemen, I feel compelled to run. But I want to stress that this campaign isn't just about me. It's about all of us. This campaign is about us coming together to figure out how to make our economy grow, how to build successful businesses, how to create well-paying jobs, how to make our infrastructure the best in the world, and how to provide support to the young, to the elderly, to the vulnerable, as is our moral responsibility, because to those of us to whom much has been given, of us much is expected. This campaign, for the liberals in the room, and I hope that by the end of the day, all of you will be liberals, this campaign is also about our collective desire to revive and rebuild and re-energize the Liberal Party of Canada, the party of Laurier and Pearson and Trudeau, the party of fiscal discipline and social compassion, the party of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, the party of the Canada Pension Plan, the party of healthcare and peacekeeping and multilateralism and multiculturalism, the party that represents the very best of Canada, the party with a proud past and a very exciting future. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm very proud and very excited about beginning this journey. This campaign, ladies and gentlemen, bears my name, but it's about all of us, and it will require all of you. Thank you very much.